Welcome to WrestleCulture. Spot the difference edition.
Don't know what it could be.
Looks great.
Oh, hey, guys.
Hey.
Glad to see you here again every Friday.
Who knew?
How does that work?
Perfect
timing for the drilling to start outside. Excellent stuff.
We like Darby. We like Darby. We like Darby. We like Darby. Look out, the bus is coming and everybody's jumping except for Darby Allin, who can't quite keep his balance. The wheels are still a-turning, but Darby's foot is hurting. So if you like to wrestle, please, Darby, move your vessel. I'm Adam Wilbourn from WrestleCulture.
He has in the first half, but...
Joined by Adam Nicholas and a beautifully shaved... I mean, you're always beautifully shaved, but... This new look on Phil Chambers
is very new.
Spectacular. What's the general reaction been?
My girlfriend can't stop gawping at me because we've been together 9 years maybe, and she's never seen my chin.
Yes.
This is the closest she has ever got to seeing my chin.
You're pretty good looking, you know. It's like when Brian Danielson used to have the big beard, and he was like, there's someone good looking under here, I promise. Somewhere.
It really is.
There is a conspiracy theory that you have no chin.
This is very true.
It's been going around for a while.
Look,
but
here you go. Make your minds up.
Yeah, I had those little man in there.
Pulling the strings.
Pulling the strings.
Yeah, my girlfriend can't stop staring at it and think it's weird. It took Sidgwick 2 days to notice. So.
Yes.
So that
doesn't surprise me.
I've just got what's new.
It's the same when you'll come in wearing a t-shirt that he's already said he liked about a week ago, and you'll go, love that top. And like, just like you did last time. Just the same as you did the last time.
I do really like the initial reveal though, where you just walk in and you just wait for people to notice.
And it's awkward because you're like, I don't really care about it, but I know it's going to be a thing, and we should all just do it at once.
Yes, let's get it out of the way.
So it's good.
There you go.
It looks good. I like
Chat's loving it.
Thank you.
So that's good. Thank you to everyone who's joining us live on YouTube for WrestleCulture. Before we get into it, though, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. Ooh. I realised both of you took a sip of drink just as I was about to get to
doing
that.
this every week. I've noticed I start doing it right before it's like a Pavlovian response.
We do daily wrestling podcasts. We review Raw, SmackDown, the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a roundup of the week complete. A bloody good quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture.
I just realised that entire opening will be completely lost on the podcast listeners.
But
that's fun.
Yeah.
So if you're listening on the podcast, head over to the YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
Well, youtube.com/WhatCulture Wrestling Podcast. And watch it on there instead.
It's great. Yeah, I've heard good things.
But I make light of Darby Allin. Because I feel I can now. Now he's back. Of course, he returned on Dynamite, recovering from a shattered ankle, wasn't it? Or broken foot, technically. A shattered ankle in storyline with JY.
And a broken face.
And then being legitimately hit by a bus.
Only Darby Allin.
Yes, I'm glad he's back.
If you are going to fight the bus, though, I mean, that is usually how it might turn out.
Yep.
I mean, not to make jokes about it, because it's very bad, and I hope he's okay.
Yes.
But that would, I imagine, be the end result of most people fighting a bus.
I swear, I feel like I've maybe dreamt this, because I swear I read a story where he, saved someone by pushing them out of the way of the bus. But every time I say it, people look at me like, that's just a dream you had.
This was an episode of Hollyoaks or something, wasn't it?
But a hell of a replacement for Eddie Kingston, who unfortunately he's not going to be in Team AEW anymore.
Like, it was broken not that long. Is
he
he just a magical man with healing powers, or is he just ignoring his body, screaming at him, saying, "Stop this, Darby, stop this"? And he's like, "No, I want to jump off things."
And you had to ask me that question.
Yeah, this is true.
He said, "I'm not."
I could hear you thinking as you went, "Oh yeah, that's exactly
Darby Allin. Yeah, of course."
He said, "I'm not 100%," and I thought, when are you ever 100%?
Yeah, when was the last time you were 100% Darby?
He is the very young version of what the dead man thinks he is, when he used to be like, just keep the dead man in the glass in case Vince ever break glass in emergency, bring the dead man out for a pop. Darby Allin's there like, I'll do it. Like, you need someone big to replace Eddie Kingston. Arguably someone who's going to get people more excited, because I love Eddie Kingston, obviously.
Yeah.
People are like, oh my God, it's Darby.
Now he has to do a mental spot.
He's got to do some crazy spots, and he's also got there's a lot of that history there, isn't there? The California click stuff. It all ties together, doesn't it?
Darby Allin's attitude towards being 100% is my wife's attitude towards charging her phone. 30 or so percent will do. He's always like, about to die. How is it always about to die?
Get anxiety, man, with people who are just like, What's wrong with that? 25%? What's wrong with it? You're going to end up running out of batteries. What's wrong with it? And we all know you can't do anything without battery now. That's it.
But thank you to everyone who's joining us live on YouTube. Shout out to Eric Vasquez, great first name. Thank you for joining us as always, Eric. And thank you for joining us in Philadelphia. Of course, last week we released the footage from the It's Always Sunny at WhatCulture live show. Immediate aftermath.
Where you choked out Jack Perry, right?
Where Phil Chambers almost became less than 100% doing the worm. But Eric says, in relation to that, after
out there forever now.
Incredible.
who sent us the footage?
Oh, I can't remember.
I'll dig it out because
I put it in
you.
the comments. But thank you very much to them, because otherwise that would have been gone forever. Because on our camera, I just kind of disappear behind the crowd and then pop back up again.
I can't express to you the real life from someone who was in the crowd, or certainly watching from not on stage, of being like, I was moments away from just shouting, because I thought, nobody's going to do this, but if I shout it, I know he'll do it. And then all of a sudden he's been egged on to do it anyway. I'm like, oh, there he goes. Oh, where's he gone?
What the hell's happening?
Oh,
it was like that quick, like, get up.
He's broken his ankle. I'm okay.
Still good. And then started it again, and I was like, yeah, fair enough.
Don't even know what happened. Just went down.
Incredible.
Well, speaking of which, Eric says, what are some of your favourite memories from your experiences at Underground Arts and the Philly live show? Happy Friday. Cheers.
There you go.
There's my favourite.
Asked and answered.
Almost breaking my ankle in front of 300 people.
It was very funny, though. Yeah, it was good. Just the usual, it's very boring answers, this, and very trite, but like, it's always great meeting all the people. We don't get to see any of these people for like, probably usually at the yearly cycle, pretty much. And then we come to America usually and go to a WrestleMania and we get to meet them all. And we've spoken to them all on various chats in here where you guys pay, or on Twitter, interactions, whatever. And you get to meet them in real life, and it's always very humbling, I think. We are just almost like hearing people say, who must only listen on the podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from. And like, I was obviously at the door, getting people in, and going like, I immediately recognise the voice. I'm like, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, that's the first time, because I obviously used to be on the channel way time ago. Yeah. So you're always like, it's your face. But to hear it just be like, just your voice, and then be like, I actually recognise that. That's a weird face to put to that. Like, okay. I
think as well, like that, like, it's just great meeting everyone and sort of getting that immediate feedback. But it's like because obviously we don't do live shows that often, but it's like any kind of nerves or anything about it were like immediately gone as soon as when the lights went down and you heard the crowd, and then for like 5 minutes or something, they were just chanting random stuff before we even did our entrances. And then the reactions to like everybody's entrance on it was just absolutely incredible.
Amazing.
That's so much fun. Just that, like, the 10 minutes of just doing those entrances was just the absolute best.
Because I thought I'd got my head around it. We got to the venue. I think me and Miller got there a little bit later than everyone else as the talent. And then...
Yeah, that's what it is.
Definitely we're just running late, basically, going, I need to write a bloody quiz! But we get there, and like we have the meet and greets. It was awesome, obviously, meeting everybody. And we've seen the venue, and I'm like, okay, that's what it's going to look like. And then I'm the first out, and I was like, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of people in here. Like, we'd done the live show here in Newcastle, which was amazing as well. Yeah. But I was like, okay,
it's the biggest thing we've ever done in terms of like live things, or
bigger
just anything.
Stand-up New York.
Like 3 times the size of stand-up New York. Bigger than the Cardiff show. Like the biggest thing we've ever attempted.
Well, bearing in mind the Mosaic one was probably about a fifth of that. So like that's and that felt full on there. That felt like a full room. And then
Curryman Fan 1 on Twitter is who we need to thank for that footage.
Thank you very much.
if you want to see it, you can check out the full video.
Send us your address, and Phil will send you a box of worms as a recompense.
Are they real or are they gummy? You're just gonna have to find out.
Take a bite out of life and find out.
Mr. Phoenix says, several questions here, actually. I really want to ask you about this Super SummerSlam pitch he's got. Before we get to that, though, Mr. Phoenix says, I actually miss longer pay-per-views. I think Triple H took the length criticism too far. So, trade offer, longer Big Four shows with Raw going back to 2 hours. I wouldn't mind that, actually. I suppose longer Big Four would have to be, 4 hours?
As a man who doesn't watch the weekly television.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I actually, it's definitely a valid point, because I know some people might feel like if they There's that middle ground somewhere, isn't there? AEW shows are way too long. WWE shows are that neat Triple H takeover length.
Backlash was perfect. Yeah.
And it's like some people, I prefer them, truthfully. But
Me too.
there's probably somewhere in the middle.
3 hours is fine.
Yeah, I just,
3 to 4 hours for me
6,
feels
7 matches,
good,
an absolute push.
Yeah.
for me, it's like 3 to 3.5 hours feels like, just from my personal taste, is what I like, because I know I can get in, get out. They're gonna like. There's not going to be matches that go like longer than they need to. Hopefully, they'll all have the right amount of time to get the story beats right and deliver everything you want.
I think the win for the WWE formula right now is that it's not like back in the pay-per-view days. It was like 3 hours and then the lights go off.
Yes.
Like your feed is cut.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all you get. Whatever time is allotted. But now they don't have that really anymore. So it's like that sort of. It can be 3 hours. It can be 4 hours, and it can just end whenever in the middle.
I think we're going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
It was never worse than when it was like we're just trying to extend it out as long as possible to put more ads in. Like it was just pure
We need
content
watch
brain.
time now.
Watch time.
6
that was
hours.
It. Yeah, it was awful.
That's something
thank
grand.
you.
6 hours,
I tell you what, to the point, maybe a tiered system of like length. Because I tell you what would rock. I would love to just see rock. When have I ever said rock
would,
before? What would rock, bro?
Dwayne on the brain.
Dwayne on the brain. Shut up. Like, imagine them doing different ones, but imagine just like a 1 or 2 hour pay-per-view where it's just madness. Like, it's just cocaine wrestling. It's like when they did that halftime heat thing where it's just like, it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and you just
was awesome,
go.
It's all just the end of the original All In when they were desperate for time. But they still wanted to put a 20-minute match in, but they've only got 10.
It's what I always imagined.
Ray, we're really going to speed this on up.
What I imagined they'd do with WWE Speed, except not that. Because like that should be just what happened to that first ever All In All In, where it was just like, we've run out of time, do everything, but squeeze it all in, rather than. What if we just come up with creative ways to do matches quickly? Like, no.
Word on WWE Speed. Is WWE Speed permanently
Sorry,
going to
that's
be
it.
tournaments?
That's all the time you got to say a word on WWE Speed. Match is over. That's the end
Is it
of
all going to be tournaments? Because they had the tournament to crown the winner. Ricochet won it.
Yeah.
Then I've in passing just seen, such and such is happening on WWE Speed. Like, you can't do storylines, can you?
Yeah. No.
I'm going to beat you with the baby. I'm going to beat you with the baby.
Yeah, the promos only that'll be 3 minutes as well.
The best thing.
How I watch Raw on a Tuesday morning. Quadruple speed. There we go.
Worse yet was that. Did you watch any of it at all? I didn't watch it.
I think I saw a match.
Saw
just
some clips.
over
I saw the
WrestleMania.
final. I saw the final by accident.
Yeah,
We saw the matches
Yeah.
that were being recorded.
JD McDonough worked like 3 matches at the show
was,
we went
the
to.
unsung hero, if that's what you want to call him. I guess. Not that I'd ever call him. I watched the final just because it literally happened to come on Twitter while I was on. I was like, go on then. And the clock came out. I was
5
like,
minutes.
5 minutes? I was like, your whole gimmick was 3 minute matches.
Was
and
it
the
5?
final was 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
championship matches are supposedly 5 minutes instead of the normal matches. I know, yeah.
The promos are 1 minute.
Yeah, 1
just
minute.
make them all 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I get
That's
it.
what
but
people said when the time came out. They were like, I get short
So
matches,
you can
but
do
that's
5 minutes.
Yeah.
So that is fine.
3 matches. 3 minutes is very short.
Yeah.
Like,
I love
Imagine
as
they
well,
just
like-
did entrances. Oh, bollocks, we run out of time.
But like Ricochet won it, like he got the belt,
Yeah.
and like they took that picture of him and Triple H with the belt,
And
and then
he
he
did
didn't
not
bring it
wear it
out
on
on
Raw.
Raw.
Wear it on Raw.
What a great way
Wear it
to
on
promote
Raw.
And he was
That
like-
week.
And he was like
That
down
same
on his,
week.
and then he was down on his look like everything goes wrong for me. I was like, you just won a championship.
He's literally going, I'm going to change my look and
Yeah,
King of the
yeah.
Ring or whatever. Well, you can't change your look. You've just won. If you change your look, you'll lose. Which I guess you did. So well done. Nailed it. Idiot.
Mr. Phoenix also says, with all the international shows, is Mania the only one that won't move? And is a Saudi Mania the very last? Oh, surely they won't do that. I did see something today that they might be doing it in like 2026 or something.
I was going to say, like, maybe if they like get to the very end of the contract or something, and Saudi just go, here's a load more money just for one more show, and
Maybe.
just slam a Mania there. Ugh.
I don't think Mania's out the cards to move
No,
places
I don't
at
think
all. If anything, it's more
Cena
likely
wouldn't have
now
said it
than
as
ever
a.
before.
Cena wouldn't have said it as. I know he was sort of like going a bit off script,
rah-rah.
but I think they'd be like, "Don't say Mania.
It's not
say
well,
Rumble."
It's not just that's Nick
the
Khan,
main-
isn't it? It's his whole thing is I want this to expand. You can't have a global expansion to the level that they want without saying we are open to taking our show globally.
Yeah.
That's the whole
And
point.
it's not like WrestleMania isn't for sale anyway.
No.
Like
Yeah,
the
of course.
cities that get WrestleMania pay for WrestleMania. It just came out. Vegas paid $5 million, was it for
This is it.
WrestleMania?
That's the question.
So it's
Do
like-
we want to pay for WrestleMania,
If
gentlemen?
Vegas is paying $5 million, then Saudi can pay 50.
Yeah. Is that where that's
Get them
that's
over
where the
there.
Fury Usyk fight is this weekend, isn't it, Saudi?
Yeah, I do believe so, yes.
Yeah, they're just throwing money
Of
at
course they have.
everything.
It's just
all money.
all sport. Bring it across there. That's what they want.
Yes, I'd be more than happy if WrestleMania just remained in the USA because it's a cool trip to make. But I'd love to have a Rumble over here, for example.
I do think that's certainly from our perspective, selfishly from our
Yes.
perspective.
It is a very selfish
because we
I'll
do
try and caveat each
we
time.
enjoy the moments to go, and we're very privileged to be in that position. But
Yeah.
if I'm being selfish, I love going to America for those events. It would be great still if they came to the UK. Of course, I'd actually really want to see what it looks like.
Yeah,
because it was
really
so exciting to
interesting.
see Clash at the Castle in Cardiff. Because seeing Wales in Cardiff, Wales done up with how WrestleMania would look in American City was wild.
Yeah.
They really had pulled out the stops, and it felt like I was in the bubble. You know, when you're in the WrestleMania bubble.
Yeah.
It felt like I was in that, but a Clash at the Castle. So I'd be curious to see how that looked. But then I wouldn't be in America, and I'd be like, there's the stuff I normally see.
Yeah.
And where's exactly? Get me the Cheetos, bro.
Yeah. How do I get home? Oh, a train.
Oh, train.
I will say you're allowed to take it out of America. And they're like, ooh, I go, but not North America. So we can go Canada as well.
Canada.
I've never been Canada. I'd love
Milk
to go.
duds, man. I still not found a milk dud supplier in the UK. I should have done that. If anyone's got any links to milk dud suppliers in the UK, let me know. I want to know where those people live, and I want to knock on the door, because they're my go-tos. Milk duds. Might have the likes of these Mountain Dews and all that.
Yeah.
We all enjoy them. Milk duds, for sure. Cheetos.
I found another one in Philly, and now I can't remember what it's called, and it's going to really annoy me.
Another what?
They're like another sweet American sweet. They're like little, round, like pink and yellow and blue.
Skittles.
They look
Thinking of.
like... They look almost like tablets, and they're like a powdery crunch when you bite them. And I
Phil,
can't
what
remember
were you
they're
doing
called.
at Wally Mania, man? I know you were gone for a while, but what the hell happened to you? He just said, they said he was the candy man. He said he was the candy man. I don't get it.
It was sweets, I promise.
Yeah.
They were really good, and I want some more, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Sweets.
Just want some.
Sweets.
Just want some more of them sweets, man. Where do I get them
tarts?
sweets from?
Sweet tarts, yes.
Sweet tarts.
Thanks,
There
Who
you
said
go.
that?
The Extreme One.
Yes. Big fan of sweet tarts.
Yeah. And now of the Extreme One as well.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Friends for life.
And the final question from Mr. Phoenix that I really want to ask you says, how about a 2-night Raw, SmackDown, and NXT Super SummerSlam at Wembley?
Say that again from the story. I was
2 nights,
2 nights.
Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. So you can have, like Trick Williams could defend the NXT Championship on a Super SummerSlam
Okay.
at Wembley for no particular reason.
So my brain got confused. I thought you meant like have Raw and SmackDown.
I thought the same
on
when I first
one
read it,
night
yeah.
and then
Yeah,
have
that's
NXT
what I
on
was
another.
thinking.
That's
Wait, what?
How does that? But I see. No, so basically, it's like a Survivor
also-
Series, like
yeah.
they did with all the brands, but they're on this one pay-per-view over 2 nights.
I mean, I would love
Sold.
2-night Mania.
Yep.
If it
2-Night
needs-
Mania is great.
2-night SummerSlam for me.
I
2 night
think they need to
Mania.
put more on around SummerSlam. Like, build it
Yeah.
up probably slower than just putting on 2 nights. But, like, get the sort of, WWE World and, like, make it more of a weekend event like Mania's become.
Yeah.
Would be fun. And then you can add the 2 nights.
And the
Something
SummerSlam
down
at
the
Wembley
line.
thing is always something we talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could double up. I mean, to be fair, you could hit multiple spots in the UK or Europe, couldn't you? And like have that as a 2-night thing. I think it's fair to say the 2-night system is better for like attendances for sure.
Yeah.
Attending
Oh, yeah,
the
for them
event.
making money. God damn. It's
And dare I say it? And that was a bonus question.
Uh-huh.
It was this year, so it was the first one that got
Both
all right.
Yeah.
night 2.
Both
They
nights.
nailed night 2 as
They
well
got
as night 1.
every
They got it
night
all.
correct. Let me know.
Yeah.
I mean,
like I think
it
last
felt
year's
right.
Mania was probably better overall.
Yes.
If Cody had won,
Yes.
then it would have been like best
However,
Mania ever.
now
But now,
still
exactly, yeah,
feels like
you
it did work
it
now.
wouldn't
in
have been quite
hindsight,
as big if
'cause
it
it's-
hadn't have been for that.
Yeah, I like this.
LTST.
Go on, do it. Go on. Just what? Go on.
See, I did say all that from the beginning. Any other clips of me saying anything else are an amazing work of AI.
Yeah, you can't trust what you see out there now, unless he's telling the truth. In which case,
I watched a video or listened to a video of Jim Ross singing Metalingus on YouTube last night. It's really good, but it's also terrifying. Also, Mr. Phoenix says, haven't said this in a while, but thanks for everything the What Culture team does. You've been pulling me through some frustrating weeks and a big part of why I'm coming out relaxed on the other side. So you're more than welcome. Another good question coming in. Thank you to Steve Nicolakopoulos, aka Edward Shiraz Hands, who says, "G'day, handsome gents. I'm going to say this properly because it's a good question. I don't want to, overdo it with the voices. For now, we've got a quiz coming later. You have inherited a time machine where you can send one wrestling faction back in time and bring another one forward. Who are you sending in each direction?" And then he's just given my answer.
Yeah.
The family,
I
Gabagool.
think he's given all of at least our 2 answers for the one to go
Yes.
back. I would say because I just think the family are succeeding in this era. Just imagine what they could do in the era where it was like properly. Here's all the stupidest stuff you've
Job
ever
gimmicks,
done.
yeah.
Jobs or like roles and stereotypes as well. I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. Yeah. So like that would have been surely. He would have been the champ. Put the belt on him.
Yeah.
Still might be, yeah, you know.
Hey, got a trophy.
Got a trophy now.
Heritage Cup, baby. The
Yeah.
biggest thing you can win in wrestling, physically.
Who to bring forward?
Well,
Like,
I would send the New Day back to
Awesome.
2000 just so we can get New Day versus Too Cool.
Oh, see, that was
Yeah.
always, I thought it was going to bring forward.
Or we can bring Too Cool forward
see,
and
now-
have New Day versus Too Cool. Well, however works out to get New Day versus Too Cool, I'm in.
I did think you guys were both going to be going for two.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Two cool. That's
yeah.
22 cool. Who would I have? Who would I bring forward?
I feel like you could send.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
I feel like you could send, like the no quarter catch crew back to like the 50s and they'd just be in their element. Oh, thank goodness.
You could bring the Hart family to AEW just to make Dax Harwood little dreams come true.
You could. That would really upset Punk, though, wouldn't it, if he missed out on that?
Bring the Hart family back to WWE.
There you go. Now you're talking. Anne Hamflet would only watch it if it was on WWE. Actually, no, maybe watch AEW then. I don't know. But
Suddenly got good.
it's funny that, isn't it? It's amazing. For some reason, Evolution were the only faction that were coming to my mind of like, I just liked when they were at their peak. Obviously, I know Ric Flair's, but like when they were at their peak, they were just. I just was the right age for them. All the gold, they look class. I was like, it's a bit of me that. So yeah, I mean,
Outrunners in the Attitude Era.
easy.
I mean, Outrunners in any era.
Easy money.
Corporate ministry in AEW.
That already exists, doesn't it?
OG Stem Cell. Lovely to meet him in the live show as well.
Yeah.
What popular songs would you give to current day wrestlers? Cheers, guys. Also, Phil, the shoes you wore at the live show were fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
WrestleMania shoes.
You got a lot of compliments for those shoes, didn't you?
The most compliments I have ever got from a pair of shoes.
It was like
in my life.
notable. That's a guy like
It was
we stopped
weird.
him on the street and was like, well, yeah, I had ulterior motives at one point, I guess, but he was excited about the shoes.
He
as
was,
well.
yeah.
Did like them.
Current songs. So if this is if they decided to go against using Def Rebel for everybody
Why would they ever do that?
and then just use the bucket loads of money that there's no space to store the extra money we have, and they decided to splash out on some wrestler themes. It's a long time since they did something like that, isn't it? Like Court of Personality was a real like Jesus. They've actually
like
Things
a
that
banger.
could be.
That's the problem. It's always hard because I always think about songs that I like, and then not every song that you like would work.
Would work, yeah.
Especially the ones that have like a little convoluted intro or something. Like you couldn't
Yeah.
just do that because like you have to wait for the where it's like it has to go off pretty much instantly.
Whenever I was at a house party, I think I've told this story before. I was at a house party and someone in their flat, they had like this lighting grid built into the way the doorway used to be. They'd taken the doors out so you could just walk from the kitchen into the dining room, and you could turn those lights on and off. So we're like, cool, let's put a dressing gown on and do wrestler entrances. Every single time, or every person initially was like, put All the Lights by Kanye West on. Because it's such a perfect, like, even if you want to do the big first debut, you do the instrumental 1 minute thing before, like, oh, the lights are off, oh my God, who could this possibly be? And then...
To be fair, that was it the Seth edit, when Seth was the Messiah and he was all in white. It was that horrible.
You sent me that, didn't you? Yeah.
Horrible mate. I think you might have sent me. Actually,
Oh, I don't know.
One of us was great. I think it was you. I have to say, I think it was you. It was when Seth was in all white, and I'm pretty sure he was facing Kevin Owens at like that one where it was Mania in the Performance Center. Yeah, remember that? But he
Still
obviously
going to jump up the sign, baby.
He looked amazing and had all like the stained glass window stuff going on and just went together really well.
Yeah.
Would never work, and I would never. I'm trying to think who would actually have it. I just want to hear it one time because it's an absolute vibe, and you would enjoy listening to it as someone came to the ring to it. The Talking Heads. This must be the place.
You're gonna say
Timeless
Talking
melody. Like just have that. Someone coming out. I don't know what it would be. It wouldn't work. It would not work.
Yeah.
But I'll just be like,
Just be
I like
interested.
this song though. So let's
So
do
there
this.
I like you.
Let's just put the belt on him. Put the belt on him.
Pat McAfee's Seven Nation Army was a great sort of recent.
Oh, so good.
I don't know how he managed to push them to get that.
Strange because it's so used. It's been overused so much.
but
that
it just
song.
worked for
of
that
course,
for some
yeah.
reason. But it is one of the most overused songs of all time. For
Well, I
some
guess it's
reason,
'cause it's a hit,
on that
you know.
night, it worked.
It worked.
Oh, so class that, wasn't it? On an iffy night. It was an iffy night too, that one, if I remember. Well, apart from Roman and Brock. I stole a belt from a small child, so.
If Bronson Reed was wanting to do his big Bronson Reed thing, you could like steal Deeper Underground by Jamiroquai from the Godzilla film.
That would be good, yeah.
But that one would work because it's got that slow beginning where it's like,
Yeah.
doo,
Canned Heat. God, everyone can have Jamiroquai.
Yeah,
songs.
everyone come out of Jamiroquai forever and ever. They're all homogenized. I don't care. I do not care. They're all cool now. It turned out they were just missing Jamiroquai. That was it. Oh, God, there'll be so many you can pick from Jamiroquai's back catalogue.
I listened to some Jamiroquai this afternoon.
Yeah.
What was the song that we were listening to? Can you remember the name of it on the Coca-Cola advert from yesterday?
Oh, it's called...
Great entrance theme.
It's called Baddest Roughest, but roughest
That's
spelled
it.
like roughest, Ruffest.
Leon Roughest.
By... Let me just get this. I think it's Backyard... That's the one. Baddest Roughest by Backyard Dog.
There you go.
That's the one. I'm not sure who comes out of that.
No.
Like, No Way Jose could have come out to that back in the day.
Yes.
Just be vibing all the way to the ring. But yeah.
Aditya Krishna Murphy says, highlights Dream/Nightmare King Queen of the Ring picks for y'all. I think Dream.
Dream or the ones you're currently...
Dream/Nightmare.
I suppose we have to work with what we've got right now.
Yeah.
King of the Ring.
Yeah, we can't just throw Shane McMahon in there and say Nightmare.
Injury
Best in the
replacement.
world,
Dream.
though.
Shane is in the final against... What was it, his calf that went or something? He's wrestling his calf for the... And he can't use his calf because he's wrestling it, so he's got to like...
Shane's calf still got it.
Yeah.
Shane versus Snoop. Take my spot, will you?
Snoop would drop him in one and be
Yeah.
over before we knew it.
Who's even left?
Gunther and Jey Uso on the Raw side of things. Tonight on SmackDown, we've got Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes and L.A. Knight versus Tama Tonga. I think Dream One is always Gunther. There's always Gunther from the moment this tournament got announced.
Gunther, man.
Nightmare? There's not really any Nightmare ones there.
I do quite like that they saved Gunther heel year as well.
Yeah. I think Randy Orton...
do more with that.
It's not a nightmare, but I think out of everyone...
It's just a meh-meh.
Yeah.
Nightmare. It's a nightmare.
My man?
It's like, what's her name in Schitt's Creek, that? Meh-meh. In terms
LA
of...
Knight Gunther is an interesting proposition for a final for that.
That is quite something.
Yeah.
My God.
It is difficult.
Well, Jey Uso versus LA Knight. Yeet versus Yeah.
That's quite
Writes
good.
itself.
Oh, God, that's a match I want to see now. Like, just for that.
Just at some point,
Just
yeah.
for like, yeet,
Yeah.
yeet, yeah, yeet.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Ah, well, book it now.
Yeah.
Done.
Easy.
Gunther.
Don't even need to
Gunther.
wrestle.
Yeah, no
Who's Gunther?
Don't even need to
15 minutes
Yeah.
and then finger poker team. Thanks very much,
Roll
everyone.
up.
No, it's just the winner. They get a decibel reader out, and the winner is whoever's
Good.
crowd chant.
Hey,
That's
I'd
it.
watch that.
Yeah, I'd watch the hell out of that.
And on the women's side of things...
I want to be in the crowd.
It's like screaming yourself dry.
Io Sky and Lara Valkyria from Raw. Nia Jax...
Oh my God.
Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, and Bianca Belair.
Thing is, man, they've booked it. Like the people, they've done such a good job of making me want to like all the people who are in this tournament, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, and Natalia's in it as well.
I said nearly all
I
of them.
really like that Jade Cargill Piper Niven match. I thought that was such a fun match.
So there isn't any Nightmare picks.
Yeah.
But who have you got for Queen? Because I've just banged on
Turns out
about
the
Nia
Fed's
Jax.
just amazing now. That's, and who thought I'd ever say that?
Jade Cargill kind of makes sense.
Has to, doesn't she?
Lyra versus Jade would make a statement for the final.
And they did that graphic thing, didn't they? Where they may have accidentally.
They had like...
Oh, yeah.
Lyra had
Yeah,
put
they
up
did.
with
She had her Saudi clothes on.
Just want Nia to be the queen. She'd be the best. And then she joins the bloodline and it's goated again. Vanders asks, will there be a live in Philly director's cut where you restore the Simon Miller lost/cut footage?
Oh.
It wasn't... He
That
didn't say
is
anything
under
bad.
strict rules from Simon Miller to never.
I
see
imagine
live
from
He
all
didn't
that-
say anything bad, did he? He
He
just
didn't
said
say
stuff.
anything bad. He just said stuff-
Secrets. That's why you
Yeah.
have to come to the live show.
Exactly.
This
Yeah.
is it.
If you wanted to know what it was, you should have come to
Once in a lifetime. Gotta be there. Gotta be there for the show.
Until
It's gone
the
forever.
next one, which we'll inevitably do and tell some more secrets. Be there. Oh, they'll have a special live
Simon
show.
Miller's secrets.
And if you'd been there at the live show, you would have also heard that the man who had one job, which was to play the entrances, this guy. And I just got slightly distracted, but it was literally a mouse hair away. I went to double click the next track, and I had just double clicked the same track. And so, if you watch it back, some excellent editing from Mr. Chambers. You will notice that three of them who are waiting are kind of like doing this, as if they don't understand what's going on. It's because the start of whatever one was Sidgwick's final countdown one played again, and instead of doing the normal thing that people would do, because I just wasn't ready for it, and I had just gone into like mode. Like I was like. If anybody was near at the back, they would have just heard me going, no, wait. Instead of just press pause. Just press pause.
Yeah.
Next one.
Just stop it and just skip it. That's what you're doing. Wait. I was like, what are you doing? Why are you shouting?
They can't hear
No,
you.
I can't hear you. There's music playing.
You're playing it.
Yeah, you've got the control. It's right there.
Some more great comments. Thank you to everyone who's joining us live on YouTube coming in. Mark Lee Willis just says, massive thanks to you for keeping me sane through a recently low mood. And if fans of What Culture want to help me in a project I'm probably doing, please DM me. That sounds intriguing.
Intriguing.
Adam Zingale says, hey guys, what is the Wilbourn spot? That is spots I often book on the Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, Collision, NXT even. Podcast, which is physically impossible. What is the Wilbourn spot for Darby in Anarchy in the Arena? I'm thinking coffin drop off the balcony through a flaming table. Love you all.
I think someone drives a bus home.
That's genius. Because they did the Sammy, but this time it's a full-on Joker in the dark.
It's like a proper old school bus as well.
Magic
Just
school bus.
just a big yellow. Yeah, go on, why not? The Magical Mystery Tour bus, just like he just starts having like PTSD. Actually, we shouldn't make jokes about this. It only just recently happened. I'm
I
genuinely
think
hope
after
he's
the
okay.
song, nothing's going to look as bad as the song, really.
Yeah, that's true.
Jeff Raidmaker, who's been responsible for sending us some amazing things. Thank you, Jeff, for all the stuff you've sent to the office. Simply writes, milk duds and sweet tarts. Got it.
Oh, Jeff.
Baby.
So in 3 months' time, baby, with the British postal system being as it is,
Yep, milk duds.
you're going to get some out-of-date milk duds and some sweet tarts that are just
I will
dust.
eat the hell out of them.
What's the box then? What's just a box?
Oh, sorry, I've just seen Devon Dowling. Thank you, Devon, for this. Says, Eye of the Tiger for Chad Gable.
Oh,
That's good.
That is good.
Let's have some more suggestions for songs in the chat. I love
good.
that.
I like that.
I want to mention Ricky Starks because there is a brilliant interview on our YouTube channel right now with our very own Andrew Pollard chatting to the absolute piece that is Andrew Pollard chatting to the absolute piece that is Ricky Starks.
Hey, look at you.
It's so good. It's been aggregated by Dave Meltzer, who didn't give any credit. Nevertheless, brilliant chat with him, but real and like people assumed a lot of things. I will say this.
By the way, I should point out, this must have been on audio, right? They didn't give credit, or written.
I think it was written.
I'm pretty sure I saw one on Figure 4
Okay.
written.
It was in the newsletter. It didn't give credit.
Right.
So it might have been
I
different.
definitely
on the,
saw it in
Figure 4, no,
on the site. I saw, but not in the newsletter, which is, let's be honest, where he's a real.
But fascinating chat. Great stuff from Pollard and Ricky Starks is just a top bloke. People read into some things like that because he didn't talk about certain topics, like he talks about his friendship with CM Punk, etc., but because he didn't mention certain other people, I think people read into that, whether it be management or whatever, and like, oh, he doesn't like them. So much so that it's like we have to release off the record comments that now become on the record to clarify that he's not saying that by not saying. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But what is going on with him in AEW? Is he going, do you
Nothing,
reckon?
apparently.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. Nothing, and he doesn't know why.
He doesn't know why, and we don't know why, and nobody apart from Tony, I guess, knows why.
Which feels weird, given
Yeah.
how much
Which does feel-
guy got star power for sure.
Yeah.
Out the wazoo.
He's had such a weird career throughout AEW. Like, it felt like he was on the cusp of something really special.
I remember something happened to him, wasn't there? Who did he wrestle? Where it sort of sapped him of everything. Who was that? What wrestling
could
veteran was that?
No, there was a different wrestler that he wrestled who made him look like a star.
Who was
I don't know
that,
who
Bill?
that could have been
Who was
either.
that? One of them is the best in the world, and one of them is the best in the world at what they do.
We'll let you figure out which way round they
Let us know
go.
your thoughts in the comments down below.
But it is really bizarre. I don't know what the deal with Ricky Starks. Like,
no.
everything about the guy screams star power.
Yeah.
And he's connected with the fans before. He's had a weird stop-start thing, so it's like not his fault that it's kind of fallen off a bit. It just makes no sense what they're doing.
And you could probably just copy and paste maybe the entire conversation, I would imagine. And if you just swapped his name out for Britt Baker, I'd be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
It feels the same. Like, where,
Exactly the same.
where are these
AEW original
massive stars?
guys.
Yeah, where are they? Like,
It's makes no sense.
yeah.
I don't know what they're doing over there, and
no.
apparently neither do some of the wrestlers.
Let me tell you about another company. Let me see just across the ways. Over there?
Over there.
There's other places to work, is all we're saying.
Yeah. They don't got no dentists in WWE.
They don't.
Not since Isaac Yankum.
Great suggestions coming in for wrestler songs. Vander's just writes Cosmic Girl, and I was like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Runaway's a great tune as well.
A great tune. You could do a lot of ways, right? If you don't know Jamiroquai's back catalogue very well, just go and listen to their singles album called High Times.
Yeah.
And it will give you the best
joy.
tour
Virtual
dip in the
Insanity,
world.
one of the best music videos.
One of the greatest.
Great music videos.
Directed by, here's a fun tidbit for you, Jonathan Glazer, who directed the very recently Oscar-nominated Zone of Interest.
Really?
Indeed. There you go.
And I always forget.
Do you ever watch this? Completely off topic now, but they used to do like collections of directors' back cuts.
I love them.
And then they had the Chris Cunningham one, and
yes,
the
I
Jonathan
remember that
Glazer
one.
one, and the Michelle Gondry one, and they were absolutely goated.
I remember the Chris Cunningham one, yeah.
Spike
Jones,
Jones,
yeah.
Spike Jones one as well. Yep.
Yeah, really good.
Oh man, I actually took a picture of that. It came up on Twitter the other like a week back. I took a picture to keep a hold of them. I need to go. Remember to go and look for them.
Yeah.
Do not forget.
I always forget as well how I have to reread again how they did it in Virtual Insanity. I think they moved the walls.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
right.
it's like the whole room's like a
It looks like, yeah.
large treadmill essentially.
Yeah.
And then like the
walls
it's
can
moving
move
the
as well.
walls. It's on like a rig.
It's like, as did the sofa,
it's
but
an
that's not
insane rig, but it's
Unbelievable,
so good.
but it's great. Like you could watch that all day, couldn't you?
Perfectly choreographed to just like every time you think you know what's going on, something else happens.
And by the way, he must have been absolute. I mean, I'm hot in this room, and I've sat still. There's no heating or anything. It's not even that warm of a day, truthfully. I'm hot in this room now. He is wearing a fleece and a giant fleecy hat, and he's dancing like a maniac, like the coolest
Running
maniac
on the spot
you've
briefly.
ever seen in your life.
So good.
How did he not die of sweat, the heat exhaust, sweat to death? I don't know, but he killed it.
Brian Vedig, great to hear from you as always. Brian says the fact that Jack Perry hasn't actually used Crimea River is criminal. True.
Yeah, that's very
That
true.
is very true. Saving that for his first title match.
Yeah.
They should
Yeah.
definitely do that. His
I
first
always-
world title match.
I can't remember if it was
after
a Twitter thing or if it was what, but suggested that Take Conti when she was wrestling did Take On Me
Yes.
by Aha, which I just thought
Yeah,
would be
perfect.
unreal. Take Conti. That would just go off so hard if she was kicking ass at one point.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
to say it.
Patrick Carter says
Who
he'll.
did she get involved with again? That sapped all of her.
It's not coming to me.
Who was it? What wrestling veteran did Take Conti go under the wing of? Just eludes me again.
I'll leave it with you.
Yep, leave it with me.
Heel Brian Danielson could use Obey the Beard by Psycho Stick, says Patrick Carter. Carl Stevens says Wilbourn CM Punk parody song from a previous WrestleCulture, but for Drew. Oh, do you know, I realised I missed the anniversary of Can Take Away My Brew to You a few weeks back.
Oh, how did you miss that?
So I have to wait till that comes around next year.
That's in
I
everybody's
bet you've
diary.
probably put it in your calendar now. Haven't you? Probably legitimately put it in.
Nick Wayne can have Stacey's Mwam,
Stacey's mom.
good.
says John Oldfield.
But we have to change it though. I need it to be changed to
Nick Wayne's Mwam.
actual. Get them to come back in for one last thing and release the single.
Andy McManus, any Eurovision anthem for Pretty Deadly? Yes, boys. Great, some absolute bangers. Croatia's Eurovision entry this year was a tune.
I'm not even going to pretend. I do not give a single toss about it. I know you're both into it.
Yeah,
I know you are.
The Ireland entry
One of you's more open
Ellen
about
entry
it.
was
than the
great.
other.
Oh my god.
and Switzerland, I think, won
Oh my god.
stuff. Anyway, and England,
It's news to me.
United Kingdom, nil point.
Nil point.
Thanks everyone.
But he was in the charts.
John Harrison says, Good Friday, boys. Due to work and life, I've missed the last 2 weeks of wrestling and pods. In 10 words, what's going on? Peace and love, peace and love. 10 words, okay.
I was going to say, I thought he meant in 10 words, what's going on? I was like, hang on, you've got 7 more to go here.
John also says, we talking songs for entrances, Put a Donk on It by the Blackout Crew for literally anyone. That's a song I haven't listened to in about 15 years.
Put a donk on it.
Right.
Wrestling is still happening because wrestling never stops. The end.
2 weeks.
I've got it. World Wrestling Entertainment is good. All Elite Wrestling is okay.
Yeah, that pretty much sums
Is
it up.
that fair?
That
I think
pretty much
that's
sums it
fair.
up.
Tony D'Angelo, Heritage Cup champion.
Uh-oh. Go on. Name him. Yeah. How did I get...
Literally nothing else matters. Finn.
I was so convinced it was going to be Tony Khan is the tale of two Tonys.
Marcel Laviolette, thank you for joining us again.
I thought you said arsehole there. Took like a little minute. I was like, that sounds familiar.
Kai Drake says, am I in time for the Bloody Good quiz? It's coming, don't worry.
Yeah, you are.
Marcel Laviolette says, howdy. First off, Phil, where's the long flowing beard?
It's gone. It's in the
Forever?
bin.
Or-
Oh, it'll be back, don't worry.
Yeah.
When I'm bored of this, it'll be back.
I'm looking forward to the experimentation that comes out the back of this because I feel like you're there now. So, there's more
Never
to
know.
go,
Might
shorter.
still go.
And then you can always go back.
It can always grow back. That's the fun thing about
No,
hair.
not for me. One.
No, it
I
just
got
never,
one.
never grows back.
That's it.
I got what?
I got what?
When's it coming back?
I always like find myself wanting to just grow a tash. When Hangman Page had his tash,
Yeah.
just to get it right. And I always think if it was November, I would just hop on this with Wilbourn and I'd just be like, grow the tash.
Put me to absolute shame, he would as
But,
well.
but it would have nothing to do. I wouldn't be trying to raise money for anything. I just want to experiment to see, like, can I get away with it
Have
in a
an
month
excuse.
where everyone's like, yeah, go on then.
Yeah.
And then inevitably, the thing I always end up doing where I'm like, big tashes, and you can maybe discuss this amongst yourselves and see what you think about this. I think big tashes that are ginger, and mine's ginger too. I don't think it works as well. Is it like if Magnum PI had the big ginger tash, it wouldn't be the same.
Sure.
If it's big and dark, you're like,
Yeah.
no, that's a man. If it's big and ginger, you're like, what are you doing in your spare time? it's the difference, man. It's the difference. I'm telling you, there's something about the darkness of it. And I'm never going to dye it. I will never, ever be the guy who dyes it. No way. If it's ginger, it's ginger. I don't mind that.
It is what it is.
I used to like the big ginger beer, but the tash doesn't quite work so much. But he pulls it off, though, because he ends up looking like a whole host of fictional characters, which is why it works.
What's this year? This year is...
Come on, Thornbury.
Thornbury's, isn't it? Yeah.
Nigel Thornbury this year. It was Chucky's dad last year. That was
Yeah.
honestly one of my favourite days at work coming in to edit. One of the few newses that I edited, and it was like, that's the greatest thing ever. No,
Thank you to everyone who donated.
you should 100% dress like that all the time. You could be a guy online who dresses like that and people would love it.
It'd be brilliant.
It's class because I was wearing the purple glasses, but obviously I just bought them as like they were just normal glasses. So I had to put contacts in, then put fake glasses.
Yeah.
My brain was like, what's going on?
What's
I took them off and I was
happening?
like, I can still see.
Yeah.
I was American.
You should definitely get your prescription.
Anna
lenses
Louise.
put in those.
Yeah.
Anna Louise,
Get those on the
fix-
go properly.
Your eyes are really itchy.
Anyway, Marcel says, was wondering about your beard. So he says, thought I was stunned already. I hope filling
you missed a good one. That won't mean anything to you, but we were on with Stacks. And he was trying to do Sidgwick. It was really funny, man. It's like, you missed that. So it is
Maybe
what it
next
is.
time.
You can't have it all.
No. I hope.
You just really reminded me of Frank telling his stories on the riverboat. In a way, that. Oh,
And this one time, me and Charlie.
Oh, it's really funny. You have to be there.
Oh, I would love to do that on a boat. You should have been at work the other day, guys. He's so a really funny guy. You ever met Stacks before? It doesn't matter.
It's Always Sunny Drake. How can I put this without getting us in trouble? The Always Sunny Drake, we should write a song. Crossover was absolutely incredible in recent days. We should write a song about saying how we don't, do this. And he's like, well, don't do that, obviously.
Well, obviously, don't do that. You definitely don't do that.
Marcel continues, I hope filling myself, the Ginger Non-Virgin, and Big Nick from the Sphere in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Have a great weekend. You too, Marcel.
You too, Marcel.
Adam, what's the best NXT PLE so far? Genuinely, it's Standard Delivery. It was awesome, that show, apart from...
With the one caveat.
Yes. But I knew he was going to win the Heritage Cup, the biggest...
This is true. It's actually the biggest.
Yeah.
It's the biggest.
Biggest prize in the game.
Biggest
It
honour
was
that you could win.
class, that. But I think the next... for me, this year, Phil, probably, if I had to say what I thought generally before, between now and let's say the middle of the year what I thought the best, get over it, NXT PLE was, Phil, it probably have to be NXT Battleground. You're grounded! Battlegrounded! You're a winner. Ding, 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 ding. So, there you go.
Yep.
Everybody gets one. Thank you again to Callum for these.
There you go.
And where do we go from there? Bloody good quiz? Yeah?
Yeah, why? I feel like I've been doing the virtual insanity video. What's going on?
Enough of all this. It's now time for a bloody good quiz. And this week's quiz is brought to you by SPFan20. If you want your name associated with the hashtag Bloody Good Quiz, all you need to do is leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, or you can leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify. Screenshot it.
We need the proof.
And email me your review, adam.wilbourn@whatculture.com. SPFan20 saying, they seem to let the small things they don't like weigh far heavier than the many more segments they rate positively. So thanks for that. Should listen to I don't know which podcast you're referring to, but listen to any WWE one instead.
Yeah. Listen, we come from the Larry David School of Podcasting,
Yes.
where a slight inconvenience will be will be drilled into as small as we possibly can, but a large, wide, broad show. But well, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's
it's wrestling, I guess.
so.
What about one of the lights being off on that big screen?
So, do you want to take a guess as to what the topic for this week's quiz is?
Jamiroquai.
Buses.
If only. Oh, that'd be good. Best wrestling bus. Lex Luger now. Off the back of AEW's new A Meal and a Match series, it's wrestlers and food.
Bum,
Yep.
bum, bum.
Okay.
It was getting late last night, and I was like, I need something.
You were getting what, sorry?
It was getting late.
Okay.
I've got a kid now. Okay, question number 1. Usual rules, 10 questions, multiple names. Multiple questions, shouting.
Multiple names.
There are multiple names. It's not wrong. In one of the questions, there are multiple names, okay? Multiple questions. Shout your name, wait for me to come to you. Remember, it's just for fun. It's just for fun. Question number 1. What classic British food did Triple H say he was a fan of?
It's already over, man. Already over.
Is it bangers and mash, a Greg's sausage, bean and cheese melt, pork pie, or degeneration Scotch eggs?
Oh, it's good.
Oh,
it's
my
really good. Nicholas.
Not good. Stop giving him credit.
I don't know, obviously. Why would I know? He likes his hammer. And what do you do with a hammer? You bang things and bangers and mash.
Ooh, I like the logic, but
No, dear, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong. What were the answers? I mean, you can give me
Oh,
that.
no, it's all gone wrong.
Have we never just asked for this?
Yeah, well, have I been getting this wrong the whole time? Give me the answer.
okay.
I don't want the questions, it's with the answers.
1 week I'm going to do that. I'm going to give you the answer and you have to tell me what the question is.
It was a good quiz if it ever lands on April Fool's Day.
A Greg's sausage, bean and cheese melt, a pork pie, or degeneration Scotch eggs?
See, degeneration
I'm gonna
Scotch
go
eggs are
with
sounding
degeneration
pretty
Scotch
good
eggs.
all of a sudden, aren't
Yeah,
they?
Scotch eggs.
No, dear,
pie,
that's
innit?
wrong.
Pie.
Pork pie.
It's the sausage, bean
Really?
and cheese melt.
Actually.
They did one of
gonna be at
those
the
like
bottom of my
snack
thing.
wars things. And he was
Right.
like,
Okay.
he hated the Scotch egg. And he didn't even get the egg part. He was like, I can see there's an egg in there. But he said, oh, I think it's, I say fan of. I think he said, this is all right. And he like
is better than
despised
Scotch
everything.
eggs.
Yeah.
It's not the 3 things I didn't like, is what it was.
But degeneration Scotch eggs is actually a lift from the WWE official cookbook. Which of these is not a recipe in there?
Right. Okay.
Whoever wrote this cookbook is a person after my own heart.
We've got it somewhere. haven't we?
Yeah.
At least
We
we
certainly
used
had
to.
our copy of it, didn't we, once?
Yeah, once upon a time.
Which of these is not a recipe from it, though? Bakishta, Nacho Man Randy Savage, Adam Coleslaw, or Prawn Michaels?
I really want Nicholas, I want this to be a one.
Okay.
Even though it doesn't sound like one.
Yeah.
Bakishta.
No, dear.
It is one. Oh, amazing. I don't even mind. I'm happy with that.
Love it.
Yep.
I will go with Adam Coleslaw.
Yeah, I think that is a one.
I think he might not have been big enough at the time to make it into a cookbook.
Yeah, you might not have been with them.
Yeah.
Michael Coleslaw.
Ah, there we go.
Look at him.
Tricky.
Yeah. He's trying to be
tricky
actually
Nicky.
devious.
I'm
That's
going
it.
to try and guess some more of these.
No.
Asian English, muffin pizzas.
Muffin pizzas.
That's what it says.
It'd be funny if they just put the recipe for JR's barbecue sauce in there.
I like this one.
Anti-raise.
NW oatmeal.
Good.
Yeah.
Kevin Mack.
Listen, look, you forget, right? I don't forget, you forget, because it's your whole day, every day. I've done this with you before.
Yes.
I've done it in real life. When the cookbook came out, you went through the whole book, the literal whole book, one by one, and did them all. And I've tried to forget about it, and I can never forget about it, because it was 30 minutes of my day that I'll never get back. So anyway, give me some more.
One for you, Phil.
Some more.
Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Guacamole.
I was just about to say Mick Foley can potato pie.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
But no.
Big 40 cannoli.
Braun Stroganoff.
Yep. Nailed it.
Save it. We need to use this for again.
Gold.
Okay.
Gold.
Question 3. Oh, I enjoyed rewatching this. Bryan Danielson infamously once took the Ryback to a Panera Bread,
Ah, yes, he did.
which baffled the poor bastards.
Very, very good, that.
Do you even do
He
salads?
fell asleep in the back of the car, didn't he? And him and Dolph Ziggler drove him.
But there's another wrestler that was there, according to a story, the story that he told on Pete Rosenberg. It's thankfully
Hello.
Dolph Ziggler is not on this
Oh,
list.
that's okay.
Because they told it around that table
Yeah,
three, didn't
table
they?
three, yeah.
Who was the other wrestler who was with them though? And he said, "You guys are fine eating stuff like this, but I need meat and protein."
So who else is a vegan, Phil?
Your options are Sheamus, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, or the Great Khali. I just like the mental image of the Great Khali squeezing into a car.
Trying to get in.
Yeah, it's a really funny advert. Like Hornswoggle on this massive Hummer, and then he's doing that. They've done the Simpsons Great Khali.
He's in a little clown car.
And I'm like, that's good stuff. That is. Rungeon Singh's like, oh no.
How do you sum Adam Wilbourn up in a nutshell?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's me in a nutshell. Oh no, I'm in
He's
a
so
nutshell.
he's so small. He's in a big car. He's so big. It's a little car.
Right.
That's it.
Sheamus, Cody, Orton, Great Khali, who's also at the Panera Bread, according to the story. I think he told on Pete Rosenberg.
Nicholas. I don't know. Where's Cody? Because I feel like maybe they've been traveling. Yeah, like the era where they all had them.
Yeah.
But speaking of the Ryback, nice segue through all these questions
Beautiful
so far.
segue.
Sure, there
I'm going to
it is.
abandon it in a second.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Ryback, his most popular video on his YouTube channel
Yeah.
Yep.
has 4.4 million views,
Pretty good.
and it is
It
an
is.
ASMR video of
Obviously.
him.
Pushing a girl into a swimming
So
pool.
that's what I thought. That was
No.
my guess. That
Other
was
than that.
100% my guess. The sound of his arm hitting the woman going into the pool.
And the sound of her becoming
It's
thin.
the dog. It's the dog at the top of the stairs. Bam!
Right.
Splash.
But what's he eating in this ASMR video? Is it pickles, crisps, popping candy, or
These nuts.
a bowl of nuts?
Go through them again.
Happily.
Yep.
Pickles, crisps, popping candy, or
These nuts.
a bowl of nuts?
No, Nicholas. I don't know, but I imagine I can really picture him chowing down on some pickles. I could just
I was
imagine
thinking
him being a
pickles.
pickle guy.
Yeah.
Like properly like handful up with a lettuce. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But unfortunately,
No, dear, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you in a rush? no, come on. Yep.
Nope, come on.
Sorry.
let's do it.
Yep. Anyway.
I'm going to go with popping candy because the idea of Ryback going into a microphone is just quite funny.
No, dear, that's wrong.
It's, chips, crisps,
Chips,
whatever you want to call them.
crisps, potato chips.
Why it's got 4 million views?
Why any
freaks
of
on
Ryback's videos has
Sickos,
any
that's
views?
why. Like what you like.
Like what you like.
Yeah, there's some ASMR.
We're all sickos. We just all have our own little things. That's what it
It's
is.
such a bizarre YouTube channel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To each their own.
A bizarre channel to a normal man. Next question, please.
Speaking of
These nuts.
who did John Cena once say could choke on?
These nuts.
Is it Edge, Big Show, Kurt Angle, or Carlito?
Is there another option for all of the above?
Yeah.
Phil, Carlito.
Carlito.
Aye. It still works, actually. Aye.
There you go.
That's correct.
9.
Instead of spitting out apples, you should be choking on D's nuts.
These nuts. There
So
you
he sort of
go.
invented it, really.
Makes
Classic,
sense.
yeah. Eddie Kingston owes him some money.
So that's
Clearly.
2-1 at the halfway stage. Still all to play for.
Eddie Kingston versus John Cena, by the way.
There's a
That
match
is
I want to see. Can you imagine John Cena trying to yell out spots to Eddie Kingston? Can you imagine? No.
God, Eddie.
He's just looking at him and he's like shouting, do the thing, Eddie. Spinning back fist. Killed him. Cena's out.
It's the golden goose of professional wrestling for so many years. Set it on fire. We've got a gas canister here, set it on fire.
Yeah.
Right. Question 6.
Suplex, Eddie. Suplex. Just covered himself in blood and just stop trying to set me on fire, Eddie. What are you doing?
Which of these is not an item on the Hulk Hogan Pasta Mania menu, a copy of which is selling for $61 online, as I've seen?
I feel like I've done this before.
Are you buying it?
No.
He's selling it. Worst purchase ever.
Just advertising
Pandemic
this
purchase.
crap eBay.
What to do with this?
Yeah.
So which of these is not an item on the menu? Hulkaroni and cheese, a cheeseburger pizza, a Hulk hoagie, or Hulkios?
Why is cheeseburger pizza the only one that doesn't have his name in? Just couldn't put it in.
In a pasta.
Mate, yeah.
as well.
I was like, this is the hardest question because none of these make sense.
Pizza, pasta, tomato,
Go again.
tomato.
Hulkaroni and cheese,
Yeah.
cheeseburger pizza,
That doesn't make any sense.
a Hulk hoagie, or Hulkios?
Oh my god. Phil, Hulkios.
I like Hulkios. That's a good pick.
Yeah, so would I, but
No, dear, that's wrong.
that's on there apparently.
Don't make no sense.
Hulkaroni and cheese, cheeseburger pizza,
Cheeseburger pizza.
Hulk hoagie.
It doesn't feel like it should be there, but I feel
Yeah.
like because of that, I'm
Yeah.
going to not ignore it. What was it, Hulk hoagie or...
Hulkaroni and cheese.
God, they're both crap, aren't they? Yeah, but I got a coin.
I do not have
Heads or
coins.
tails? Heads, it's... I don't know, A. Tails, it's B. Oh, it's tails. Whatever the other one was.
Hulk hoagie.
No, yeah, that one. Hey, the coin wins again. Look at that.
For little pasta maniacs, Hulkaroni and cheese. Oh, good. Cheeseburger pizza. Why is that for a pasta maniac then?
Cheeseburger pizza.
Hulkios. Brilliant.
Fools.
Nailed it.
And this failed, you're telling me? Is that 2 each?
I've no
I
idea.
don't know. That's your job.
Yeah, let's say
it's
that.
your
I've
literal
Got a clue.
job.
Not got one single
One
solitary
job.
clue.
Yeah, let's go 2-2.
Desmond.
Question 7. How much did CM Punk allegedly have to pay for his AEW ice cream bars stunt? 24 grand, 44 grand, 64 grand, or 84 grand?
Sorry, go again.
24, 44, 64, 84. How much did CM Punk have to pay for his AEW ice cream bars stunt? Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Nicholas.
No doubt, Victor, that cheeseburger pizza is good. It's just seems weird.
To be in a pasta menu.
Yeah.
Whatever B was.
44 grand.
Yes, please.
No, dear, that's wrong.
24, 64, 84, Phil.
They can't be that expensive, can they?
How many people were in the arena, Phil?
Is AEW probably not that many. Although it's good AEW. It was probably loads. Got him. The lowest one. Why
24?
not? Yeah.
No, dear, that's wrong.
84 grand.
84 grand.
I mean, I say that, right? It's 15,000 bars apparently that he bought, but the only that's the only figure I could find, and people said it probably wasn't that. It was like more mates rates, but
Yeah.
it would have cost him if he just straight up bought the 15,000.
So it probably would have.
Expensive.
What was
ice
the
cream
answers?
bars. What the
No,
hell?
don't even
So
start
it
with
probably
this.
would have, if you take it
With
down to the national
inflation
number, it'd be
and-
like 44. Is that what you said?
Question 8. Still 2-2. The Ultimate Warrior used to crush up what food and sniff it rather than eating
Oh,
it.
I know it, but I need you to say it.
Is it chocolate chip cookies, tacos, sushi, or spotted dick?
Nicholas. Oh, actually, saying that. Chocolate chip cookies. Yeah. For some
Bret
reason,
Hart story, maybe?
when you said spotted dick, I was like, what's the spotted dick?
Spotted dick?
Is that the one? Is that triggered another memory from something else? It was just it.
Yeah, chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate
Just-
chip cookies.
That's the same as eating it.
Yeah.
Is it?
That's that wasn't that video of the woman who like
Same.
sniffs chocolate or something.
Yeah, and then eats broccoli.
And then
or
eats
something.
broccoli.
Yeah.
And like, could you be asked?
Yeah.
Could you be asked? Like, I don't know what the percentage is. 50% smell is the thing of food. No, eating the food is the
Broccoli's
part.
nice.
Just eat the
Yeah.
food. Just eat it.
Eat the goddamn food.
Just it's nice. Eat the food, man. We had little turtles, a lot of you. Anyway, we've got the last question. We need to draw this.
3-2, two to go. Two questions to go.
Hello.
Yeah.
Well, you can have this one as well, anyway.
Question 9. In a bid to build up more muscle, Rick Boogs, Eric Bugenhon, friend of the channel, revealed in an interview he once used to eat what? Crickets, cat food, snails, or beaver? I think he ate beaver to build up some more muscle.
Bill.
A lot of protein in
Skip
beaver.
past that.
I did my
A
research.
lot of protein, is there, in
Yeah.
A lot of
beaver?
protein.
Yeah.
Nice beaver. Thanks. I just had it stuffed. The first one, crickets.
Crickets.
A lot of protein in crickets.
No, dear, that's wrong.
in the old crickets, bro.
Does have a lot of protein. They all have a lot of protein, these options.
I can't get this one right, so...
Cat food, snails, or beaver.
Right, okay, let's go with beaver then.
No, dear, that's
A lot of
wrong.
protein in beaver, though. Eat some beaver tonight for your tea. It was cat food.
Yep. Goes well with beaver.
Such
helps you sleep at night,
Such
I've
a
heard.
wrestler thing. I need more protein. Cat food's pretty cheap.
What goes well with beaver?
I don't know what goes well with
No, I'm not asking. I thought you'd know.
Sorry.
You're an ardent beaver eater yourself, right? So it was. I've never personally,
So ask me again.
scaled the walls, the heights of that for you. Yeah, you seem to be the professional.
Sorry, ask me again.
There's a button for that. What goes well with beaver, Wilbourn?
Yeah, keep guessing. Also.
These nuts.
Yeah, I was expecting these nuts, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. But
Keep them on their toes.
beavers?
Yeah, why not?
Right, so you have to get this one, Phil, to
Okay.
draw and send everyone home happy.
I'm gonna go outside and get cooled down a bit.
It's really hard.
The Rock once promoted.
Take off or something.
He's coming back.
Who knows?
Done.
The Rock.
The Rock once promoted a food product with which, let's say, reworked catchphrase. Okay?
Okay.
Your options are
Son of a bitch. Go on.
Oh, thank
Give
God
me
he's
your
back.
jokes.
So, The Rock once promoted a food product with which catchphrase?
I heard you.
Ready?
I don't even know this, but you're a loud person.
No, no chance. Your options.
You're a loud little beaver, you are.
Your options, Phil, are know your bread roll and shut your mouth on it.
You had to get two in there.
The Rock says, don't be a jabroni, eat your ravioli. Right?
Yep.
The most electrifying flan in this kitchen. Or
Oh my god.
if you cook what The Rock is smelling. Really proud of them. Really, really chuffed.
What were they again, sorry?
Sorry, they were. Know your bread roll and shut your mouth on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Rock says, don't be a jabroni, eat your ravioli.
Of course.
The most electrifying flan in this kitchen. Oh, if you cook what The Rock is smelling.
Oh my God.
What was the last one? What was the last one again?
If you cook what The Rock is smelling.
Just want to clarify, that's all.
Okay.
Okay, let's
let's
talk
break
through
this down.
Come on,
through.
Phil. Break it down.
The Rock ain't gonna advertise bread rolls
Okay.
or flan.
So if you'd have said bread rolls, I would have pressed this button.
No, dear, that's wrong.
And he's not gonna advertise flan either.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Now they did have a deal with Chef Boyardee back in the day.
Oh,
Yes, they
But
did.
Foley did most of the advertising,
He
but I'm
said,
pretty sure
yeah.
The Rock was on some of them as well. So that's not out of the question.
and you think
And the other one is just a bit stupid.
If only he was giving you some visual indication as to what the answer might
The other
be.
one is
And
very
also-
Wilbourn.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the other one?
cook what The Rock is smelling.
So I'm gonna go with the ravioli.
You are correct. He's on a boat necking some ravioli with some birds, and they're all having a lovely time. Yeah, he did it. There was a few. Jericho, I think, did some Chef Boyardee stuff as well.
The name was on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho.
Oh,
From before.
Stocks and Take On and all
I
the people who.
didn't say that.
Okay.
No, it's just on the
that.
tip of his tongue.
Just said it was on the tip of my tongue.
But that means it finishes 3-3. Well done to Adam Nicholas
We did
and
it.
Phil Chambers, the co-winners of this week's quiz. Let us know how you got on and if you cook what The Rock is smelling in the comment section below or on X at WhatCultureWWE. Why say you can follow all three of us? You can follow Adam Nicholas at...
It's Adam Nicholas. You can follow Phil Chambers at...
Cook my smelling. You can follow Wilbourn at.
Adam Wilbourn at Fill My Chambers if you want to give him more beard compliments, by the way. Make sure you subscribe to What Culture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcast from, for daily wrestling podcasts. The SmackDown preview is available right now, as is the Collision preview, despite how pointless it is because Collision's already been taped. But still, you want to go and check that out, do it.
Way to sell your own product.
Watch
there, Wilbourn.
it's got some games on there, so good to go and check that out. And check out our live show available on the What Culture Wrestling YouTube channel right now. But for now, this has been Wrestle Culture. Thank you to everyone who's joined us. Thank you for all your comments. My thanks to Adam Nicholas and Phil Chambers. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon. Wrestle Culture is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
I'll go do the thing.
Thanks, everyone. If you cook what The Rock is smelling.
Every day he's like this.